Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Content Crowd. I am your host, Trevor Grimes. The Content Crowd is a podcast where you like to explore what makes content resonate, from creative habits to point of view shifts to behind the scenes breakdowns, so that listeners and also me can stop mimicking others and start making something that actually matters. I want to start off this episode by reminding you guys that this podcast is sponsored by Scrappy ABM. Scrappy ABM helps you build repeatable account-based plays and teaches you and your team how to actually do them and own the entire process so that you can bring ABM in-house when you're ready. And speaking of Scrappy ABM, I'm here with my colleague and fellow content creator, Phil Pilalas. Hey, Phil.
Hello.
Thank you for being here. Phil, you were
Yeah.
on episode 3 and on May 29th. Can you believe that was in May?
I'm just doing the math because I'm not very smart, but that's been a while.
Well, you were episode
was a lot of
3,
fun.
and this is episode 18, so 15 weeks
Oh
ago.
man,
You
congratulations on going the distance.
Yeah, well, my goal is to reach 21 episodes because that's 1% of podcasts reach 21 episodes. So I probably will quit when I'm 1%. So for now, we've got 3 more episodes after this.
Once you've been to that point, you've arrived.
Yeah. It was a really interesting stat that somebody told me the other day, and I was like, that's actually kind of like pretty hopeful because it's kind of like what's the goal? And I don't know yet, but it's kind of like if I reach 21, that's pretty cool. Like, what is the episode goal? Like 100? I don't, those numbers seem cool, but do they mean anything? And 21, it means something because it actually is like you're 1% of podcasters once you've reached 21.
That's like a metric you've broken or at least like matched anyways. And 21, that's interesting. They didn't like round up or down or anything. They're just like 21. That's it.
I mean, I probably should verify that. This person, it was in a slideshow, so I believe it.
Maybe if it's in a slideshow, it's real. If it's on the internet, it's real. If it's in a YouTube video, definitely real.
I mean, I would definitely think that like by episode 10, you are top 10%. I mean, I would say that I feel like most people who start a podcast probably quit after like 3 or 4 episodes, or maybe when their friends run out. Like I would say, like
when their friends run out or their guests just stop showing up or something.
Yeah. Which I've hit my guest slump because I had 2 people reschedule like last minute. One was yesterday, and so even before that, I think I've recorded 4 solo episodes, which I don't.
Hey, that's dedication because you're by yourself. Like you just got to do it, and then you do it, and then
they're shorter episodes, so I'm sure that Fetty and them are enjoying not having to edit it quite as much.
Do you do those ones live?
No, so the 3 of them I recorded during paternity leave, so I didn't. I didn't go live. And then the one I recorded last week was like, they were like, hey, you haven't had an episode in 2 weeks. Like, we need you to have an episode. And I was like, I know. I was like, everybody, the people that are supposed to be here have canceled or have rescheduled.
They're like, no excuse.
Yeah. So I just like hopped on. I just like, after I got the kids to bed, I just like hopped on, came in here and just like set up my camera and just recorded one. Which it went out yesterday. So if you want to see me like in my office and it's dark and I'm like just sitting in front of a camera and it's like 10 o'clock at night, like I look like it's 10 o'clock at night, check that one out.
And you've just put a newborn to bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And a 2-year-old and almost 3-year-old to bed. Like, gone through that whole thing.
But that's a lesson. That's a lesson. You have somebody who's poking you and saying, hey, you didn't do the thing. Like you need a producer.
Yeah.
If you want to get to 21, you need a producer.
Yeah. I'll definitely say like, I would have got back around to doing it, but there's definitely the pressure of like somebody is waiting for you to do this because like that's their job is to edit your podcast. So yeah, that was having accountability is definitely good. So if you don't have like a person in your life that is like really pushing you, like just hire somebody to do it.
Just pay somebody on Fiverr to like annoy you if
like, dude, will you really like
if
make
a
it
file
seem like
doesn't appear every week.
yeah, really make it seem like it's life or death if I don't do this. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, that episode was pretty cool because I just kind of like was riffing and ended up putting together a 30-day like content sprint kind of thing because I was just like going through like random notes of stuff that I'd put together. So that's pretty cool. Something came out of that. I definitely need to set that up to where it's a an actual, because right now it's just like a Notion doc that's just floating, but I feel like it should be, I should do the marketing thing and put it into some. I should get like, I should at least get an email for it, you know?
Yeah. Start your email list, and that'll be your first email.
Yeah.
Sign up and get the thing.
Yeah, maybe I need to make a podcast episode about the offer because I put like a beta, like a beta offer like worksheet kind of thing together, and I made multiple posts about it, and like those posts just absolutely bomb. I don't know why. I thought to me the posts are super interesting. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the nothing sandwich versus it's the nothing burger versus the everything sandwich post.
Yep.
I just think that's like
yeah.
the image is kind of funny. I think, I feel like as you're scrolling through LinkedIn and you see, a picture of a hamburger and a sandwich, like that should be interesting. You should like want to look at it. But, this is a lesson in content creation that something you get really, I mean, one of my questions is, what are you proud of that flopped? I'm proud of the nothing sandwich and the nothing burger, the everything sandwich post and the beta offer checklist thing that I put together. I'm proud of that, but nobody else likes it. I don't know why.
Yeah, I think it's a mystery unless you have a big following. Your post, like, I can't remember what it was, like a week or two ago, I had a post hit 11,000 impressions, and
That's
like
awesome.
I've never ever done that. And do you know how long I thought about that post? And do you know how valuable that post was?
It was
it was not valuable at all. Like it had zero value. But I think a big thing was somebody who has a decent following engaged with it like relatively soon after it was posted, and then it just like took off. So I don't know if that's a lesson of like, hey, find people who have a good following, and then like, I don't know, interact with them enough to where they see your stuff and publish it. So like, who knows? And then I had a post yesterday. You're talking about like what you feel like flopped. I posted I'm experimenting with Sora, and I posted a Sora video that I made on LinkedIn. And then I was like, oh, this is kind of, I feel like embarrassingly embarrassed that it's like silly. And then I took it down and I was like, that's so stupid. Why do I care that much about that? Just post it. I felt strongly enough about it enough to post it. And then later I was like, it's not getting engagement. I'm taking it down. So like, I don't know, man.
I will say one thing that I think is, me and Greg had like a super deep, like analytical conversation about this, like during our like one-on-one one morning. We were just talking about LinkedIn posts, and Greg was like, I hate that, my stupid, silly posts are what do the best in the educational ones. And I was like, well, let's look at your analytics together. I was like, let's open it up and we looked, and it was like, okay, I mean, we're going to go off like the 80-20 rule here because we know that's the thing. The 80-20 rule is the thing. So do you think 80% of your like educational, you think like, was it like 20% of your posts are like, 20% of your posts, at least a mix of good things? Like if you look at your last month's analytics and you got 10,000, impressions, just make it easy, 10,000 impressions. And 6,000 of them were like a silly post, and then like 2,000 were an educational post, and 1,000, whatever it is, like, I feel like as long as you're getting a good breakdown, like, I mean, it's kind of hard to argue, like, Mason posts valuable stuff all the time, but he also posts pictures of his kids in his daily life, and those probably do way better. But
I was actually thinking about this morning when you're like, hey, you want to be on a podcast? And so I was thinking about it this morning, and even from like a company and a corporate perspective, there's like a couple of different kinds of content. There's the content that is what you think about when you think about like ABM content specifically, or any kind of like B2B content. It's, does this post add value to their business? Does this post add value to their career? Does this post teach them how to do their job better? There's like that kind of content.
Yeah.
And then there's also like the entertainment piece of content where you say like, the purpose of this is to entertain. There might be like a hopeful strategy of like introducing some sort of like light value to it, but the purpose of that is to like draw eyeballs. So there's and I haven't like solidified this because I literally thought about it this morning, like the entertainment content piece should be and is generally designed to catch eyeballs and to create intrigue and potentially reach more audiences. Now, you're probably going to make or desire to make more of that than the stuff that has like super strong value, detail-oriented value for businesses and careers specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But this should be designed to get lots of eyeballs that are interested in that subject. And then this takes a subset of that audience that has some real, genuine desire to grow, improve, and then it pulls them into that. So it's kind of like, how do you think about two different sets of value structure? The value in this is captivate audience, create intrigue and eyeballs, and this is to create the subset of that audience that's interested in that. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
There's, I agree, and it's also a, I don't know. It can be a weird situation where like I totally agree with that, because what's the, there's like a acronym, but it's like, this should educate, inform, and what is it? Delight, or no? Is it like educate? No, inform and educate the same, but it's like educate, delight, and something else. Like, so I think that is a good thing to go by too. Like those three things. But then there's always the thing of like, oh, I spent all this time building a personal brand that was too personal, and by the time that it came to that I wanted to sell something, I couldn't sell it. Like I built a whole, like I can't remember who it was, but there was like some like influencer that like built this huge following on Instagram, and then she like launched like a shirt, or tried to sell a shirt, and like couldn't sell any. And which I look at that and think, well, what did the shirts look like? Like, was it something that you were known for, or was it, because I feel like that's also kind of like a slippery slope. If you're putting too much effort into building your personal brand that is just personal, and then you try to sell something, are you selling like a shirt with a quote that you said on it? And is it something that somebody would want to wear? I think that's like the wrong way to go about it. I'm not saying that's what she did. I can't remember what the shirt looked like, but like, if you're going to, in my opinion, like if you're going to just try to grow like a personal brand like that, like you just like start, you start vlogging or whatever. And I mean, there's a lot of ways to monetize things beyond that. You get sponsors, or you put your gear list, in your YouTube description, and you have affiliate links to all that stuff. But like, if you're just like, I'm growing this following and it's sizable now, and I want to just start selling shirts,
how do you monetize it?
Yeah, I think it has to be something that is like an extension of you and your personality, and not like a quote or something. Like, there's some people that I believe that I'm seeing that maybe like their like sign on is like, hey, silly guys, I don't know what but like, would you wear a shirt that said that? Like, maybe, but probably not. Like, you probably need to make something that is like a really cool design that is like I'll use PewDiePie, for example. I know that that's whatever, PewDiePie can be a little bit divisive or whatever, but like, he would take like his things that he would say, but he would just like put them on like a shirt that had like other like stuff, that it was just like a cool shirt to have. Like, I remember this one super cool shirt that was like, that he like designed, that was like a skeletal like 3D, I don't know, 3D, like an X-ray of like a T-Rex, and it just had a lot of like just kind of like random stuff in like this like Y2K style. I don't know if that's like, you know what that means, but it's kind of like weird grids.
Is that a style?
Yeah, it's kind of like if you look at like Y2K style like aesthetic or like clothing now, usually it's like, just imagine like a black shirt and it's got like a smiley face, but the smiley face is like kind of warped, and there's like a grid somewhere, and there's like an earth with also like a grid, and there's like a random number, and there's probably like Japanese in like one little spot, and you know, it's kind of like,
it's like what people imagined it was like.
Yeah, it's kind of, it's not quite
like
vaporwave. It's like almost vaporwave, but if like you made vaporwave into just outlines, like I think that's what I would describe it as. Like there's probably also like a Roman bust somewhere floating in there. But anyway,
it's like the thing people do with like how they imagine the future to look and be, except for it's like the past.
I don't
like, we don't really know what this looked like, but we imagine it to look like this when Y2K was going on.
I don't.
Or is it even Y2K related for real?
I don't know exactly how to describe it. I feel like I need to like show it to you. Like
I'll just imagine it.
Like,
I'll just imagine it like I'm talking about, and then it'll be something totally different. And I'll have invented Y2K 2.0 or something.
Yeah, like I really like it. But it's like, you know, like if you look up like Y2K clothing aesthetic, it's just I don't know how to describe it. Like you have to just kind of like, because it's not really like futuristic. I feel like it's almost like, I guess maybe it is in a way that it's like very gritty. There's a lot of grids.
Now I have to look it up.
But anyway, the whole point was like, you know, the point was when you're creating something like, and you're wanting to then monetize yourself, like whatever it should obviously be like an extension of yourself that people like understand. Like Drew Gooden is another example. Like he doesn't sell things, like he's a YouTuber. He doesn't sell things that say like, I mean, some of it has like his like catchphrases on it, but like some of it is just like, I can't remember what it is. There's like a skeleton at like a birthday party, and it says like, the banner says like it's Tuesday or something like that. I don't know, like, you know. And he like made a pretty good like bit of merch off of selling hot dog related things, because he had like when he had a Squarespace sponsorship, his like Squarespace website that he made was like hot dog, something about a hot dog. I can't remember exactly what it was, but you know, like those things are like, instead of him being like, oh, I'm just going to make a website about me and show people how to do that, I'm going to make a website about a hot dog. And that's just it.
It's like attaching yourself / your personality to
picture of a hot dog is what it was
some
called.
product.
Sorry. It's called Picture of a Hot Dog.
Picture of a
that's what it's called.
And this was selling.
Yes, you could buy. Yeah, you could actually buy like
hot dog artwork.
You could buy.
I might be interested in something like that.
So
for my house, maybe I'll put a big hot dog picture like in the background or something.
Yeah, and it's still up.
Like
and it is just, the whole website is just picture of a hot dog. It's just a picture of a hot dog. You can still buy the picture of a hot dog for $20.
The original
picture
it's
of a hot dog by the hot dog. It just says hot, like it is. But so anyway, like, you know, I went on a super long tangent, but if anybody listened to any of the ramblings I just had, like, I think that is a lesson in like good brand, like how you can brand yourself in a way that, you know, and monetize yourself.
It needs to be like transferable. Yes. It needs to be transferable onto like some sort of, not necessarily object, but something that helps people like associate, like, what's his name? Ryan Trahan,
yeah.
However you want to say it.
Oh, wait, I got to tell you,
my kids love him.
I got to tell you something weird.
Love all his stuff, but he does candy.
The person who did our most recent like baby shoots and all that, she was at his wedding. She's like friends with a friend of his. She was like, we were like talking. She's like, oh, I went to like this YouTuber. He, I don't know, I can't remember who he was, but he has like candy that's in Target. And I was like, Ryan Trahan? And she was like, yes. And I was like, no way. Okay. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, that's super cool. Like, but like his brand is like, his YouTube videos generally have absolutely nothing to do with like candy. He
Yeah.
mentions him and says like he likes his candy, and like occasionally there's a video about candy or like his new candy launch or whatever. But most of it's like, oh, I went to 18 hotels in the last 20 days and like here's a review of all of them or whatever. Or like I went to a bunch of restaurants and bought some weird thing. But he has candy that is in the largest retail chains. And the same thing with Mr. Beast. Like people like candy. It's like, how do you associate or attach your name to something that helps you maybe not propel your brand, but like people will associate it with you in a dissociated way. Like when you think of Mr. Beast, if you thought of him like 5 years ago, you wouldn't be like, oh, he's going to have chocolate bars and he's going to be like the modern day Willy Wonka or whatever. Modern day, like Willy Wonka existed sometime.
I think is Willy Wonka not part of modern history? Or I mean,
I think it's not real.
Where do we stop modern history at? Like, I mean, we're talking about the 70s.
I don't. Okay. I have no idea.
I mean, I guess that is the modern. I guess we would say.
I mean, Willy Wonka, I think, is older than just like.
Well, I mean, like the personified.
Than the original Willy
Wonka. If we really think Charlie and the Chocolate Factory came out in like the early 2000s, right? So really, I mean, the modern day Willy Wonka still exists, I guess.
The modern day Willy Wonka.
Uh-oh.
Something's freaking out there.
I think
stop eventually.
You maybe you're getting to this point, but I'm just gonna like dissect it, and you can come back and be like, no, you're wrong. My thought was like, so with Ryan.
I'm going to say it already. No, you're wrong.
I think like one of the reasons it works for Ryan Trahan is because his early content was like running stuff. And I do think that like health still
building things,
health and fitness still tie into it's in his content pillar somewhere. He's not always like, it's not like one of his main things all the time, but the candy is like a healthier version of gummy candy. And then like with Mr. Beast,
I think he also is like a creator, like a business creator. Like he creates stuff from nothing or whatever.
Yeah.
Man, just everything's going on.
I know, right?
The world's blown up.
Sorry. That's my landline. That's everywhere. My landline. If anybody, it'll stop in a second. Dude,
all right, Grandpa Joe.
Well, I got it as a business expense, and it was only like a few dollars more because it's voice over IP, so it's just with my internet. But dude, this week it has gotten blown up by people calling me to verify my Google business listing, which is a spam call. So I had to add that number to Incogni, which is not a sponsor, but maybe it should be. I use Incogni. And to get my name removed from all the spammy stuff. And it's worked so far. In the past like 2 weeks, I've had like 350 places that my name and information has been removed from. And I added like my wife's email and her phone numbers and all that stuff. So, because I get constant spam calls.
Incogni, if you're listening.
Listen, yeah. If Incogni was listening, it might be kind of weird because their whole thing is like, we're not like, like we're going to help people spying on you, but no, listen,
but we're going to spy on
you can sponsor this podcast because I believe in your product and use it. But yeah, like you said, there's a and you know what, like he might come out with like another product later. But I think like something like that. If you do it right, it doesn't go the way of like Prime, which I think has been kind of like but
it's as I'm drinking.
Are you drinking a Prime?
Right
well,
yeah.
I think it's what's so weird about it. It's like, I don't know, crazy how health propaganda gets spread, because at first it was like my kid drank 2 Prime a day and they died. And it was like, were they drinking the energy drink? Because that's different than the hydration drink. And then the hydration drink came around and like, it was like the potassium or something that was like way too high. So kids were drinking like 2 or 3 of those and having like
too much. And
heart problems, having like issues with and then it was linked to like forever chemicals and all these other things. I don't know. Like
everything is a forever chemical. Like, don't get me started.
I would like to make a hydration drink. But
Yeah, I'm interested in how that fits into the overall like product offering that the world has, like the influencer type of
Yeah.
products. Is it like is it finite, the audience, and like how they attract customers, how they keep customers, and how they continue like promoting those things?
I-
I feel like there might be like a finite window of time that those like Mr. Beast chocolates, like maybe it's going to be around in 3 years, but
Yeah.
maybe it won't. Like maybe he gets tired of promoting it. Maybe he gets tired of like iterating
Yeah.
on it, or maybe he sells it to somebody else, like he did
Beast
with
burger.
Beast Burger. Like it's just interesting to think about like what does the audience
Yeah.
attention span or the attention span of audiences, how do they
So
tolerate products like
I
that?
I have an interesting thought, and I'm going to use PewDiePie as an example again. I think it depends on if your audience grows with you or not. Like grows, like it ages. I think Mr. Beast's audience is not going to the way his content is currently. His audience will not age. I don't believe. Like I used to watch Mr. Beast, and I've still watched a few of his videos every now and then, but I don't watch every one of them. Like I just some of them I just can't get into the way the editing is. Like it's not made for me. I'm just not interested in some of the things. Um, so I will, I think I've bought like a pack of Carl's gummies one time because they were just at like the checkout line, but I'm not going to go buy like a Beast bar
Same.
or like a Lunchly or anything like that because I'm not a lunchable age, like I could eat a
You're
Lunchable,
not
but
the
yeah, I'm not the
audience.
audience. And I think like,
But you do have kids, and so do I, and that's the only
yeah,
reason I've ever bought one of those lunchly,
yeah.
whatever it is, lunchly things. I
But see,
have
but
purchased them on
your
two
kids are in their
occasions.
teens. They are in his target audience. But when your
Yeah.
oldest is 17 or 18, they're probably not watching Mr. Beast anymore. They've probably moved on to something maybe a little bit more, their age, or they've just
Yep.
aged out of YouTube maybe together. And then you look at like PewDiePie, which again,
Is
to
that a
age out of
thing?
YouTube.
Do you age out and then age back
I
in? Like I'm definitely aged back in
Did you
if
age out
that's
of
the
YouTube and
case.
came back in?
I
Yeah.
think so.
Well, so
Maybe.
like,
Also, actually, like when I was younger, I don't think I had the opportunity to age out of it because it wasn't a thing.
well,
So
also I think
so like
like,
maybe I just aged into
yeah, I
it.
think we'll also like, I mean, I've been watching YouTube since it came out, but before that, I was on Albino Black Sheep and um, like Newgrounds and those like other places where people put videos. Like I used to go to the Strong Bad
Mhm.
website to watch Strong Bad,
Yeah.
um, and
In
yeah.
Flash.
So like, there's an H.
And I think the phone killed
What
that.
now?
I think the phone killed that because it didn't do
Yeah.
Flash. So
And it's also it'd be hard to go to like a video website on your phone that's not like YouTube, like that's not like you have to deal with optimization. But
yep.
with like using PewDiePie as an example, he started on YouTube in the beginning doing let's plays to playing video games, and like I think his biggest like what made him like super popular was that he was like very loud and obnoxious and he screamed, and that was just kind of like funny, and he had like his accent was very like thick at that time. He still has an accent, but it's like toned down because he's lived in like London for a long time, so his Swedish accent has like gone away a little bit. But as he's gotten older, he's still played like I remember in like 2017 he was playing Minecraft a lot, but it was like very toned down and he was like very methodical about it. He was literally like reading guides and like spending time on like Reddit figuring out how to do it. I mean, at that point he'd already made it, so his content was like he wasn't trying to like gain a new audience. He was just trying to just live his life. And now, like after he's had a kid, I mean, he still does video games occasionally, but he has like a book list that you can join, like a book club, and you read a different book every month. And he's done that for years. He's got a Substack now that you have to like an email newsletter about him and his wife that you have to pay for.
Yeah, that's
He's got
monetized.
he's got a kid. He does vlog content and stuff that's like very different, and it's just very cool. And like he builds like he's like building a PC the other day. Like that was one of the videos he did, and he's like in Japan, like buying a house, and he's like looking at building materials and those kind of things. That his content is aged, and I know that a lot of people will hear this and be like, they'll have an opinion about PewDiePie or whatever, and think that childish, and I know that he's had some controversies or whatever, but I'm just using him as an example of like his content has aged, and he used to have an army of 7 or 9-year-olds, I think is what he used to say. If I have like an army of 9-year-olds, but his army of 9-year-olds have turned into 18, 19, 20, 30-year-olds, and have aged with him. So the things that he sells and the way he monetizes himself are different. And so it could be finite, I think, if he hadn't aged and changed what he did with the age of his audience and kept his audience. Whereas Mr. Beast is going to have an audience that is going to age out of him potentially, and he's going to have to maybe find something else to do. Like, I think the Beast Burger thing was not as successful because, again, you're like, for you to get a Beast Burger, like your kids are going to have to ask you for it, and you're going to have to decide, like, as a parent, I'm going to buy my kid a Beast Burger. I'm going to buy, which I guess is the same with Prime, but
I tried a couple times. I mean, I tried in a couple of places. I wanted to like find them, but then I just didn't pull the trigger because I was like, I don't really know, like, it's coming from some random kitchen that's not even a Beast Burger kitchen. I think that was probably one of the bigger things is like physical locations. So
absolutely,
we could get into the theory of it. Like, I could probably talk about that all day.
Yeah, well, I mean that's a good point because like you'll buy a Lunchley or a Beast Bar or Carl's Gummies or a Prime or whatever because you can just grab that. Like, it's at the grocery store. You can just grab it and here you go. I do enjoy the Prime energy drinks though. The pink one is pretty awesome. Whatever flavor it is.
Pink flavor. It tastes like pink.
Yeah, I didn't want to I kind of like pushed you down a well earlier about Prime stuff, and then you were drinking one.
All good. You don't have to apologize. I'm a big boy.
I know, but
people can have opinions.
Yeah. Why didn't you think I was just like every time like you're on a call, you're gonna have to like hide your Prime because I
don't hide Prime.
But yeah, the Beast Burger thing, like, yeah, you're right. You're gonna have to like. Am I going to buy this from a ghost kitchen? Like, maybe is it, who makes it? What are the, processes at that point? Like, who's overlooking this ghost kitchen? I don't know. Like, we just go to Five Guys at this point, he should have had a Beast Burger at Five Guys, not had his own kitchen somewhere, which even he sued them over it because of how bad the reaction has been to it. It's like hurt his brand. So
yeah, there's also like no matter how it's also an example of no matter how big your name is, if the product is not like on par with expectations or there's some sort of wrinkle that makes it weird or hard to buy, then like no matter what your brand name is and no matter how strong of a like personal brand you have, you can still like fail. Like the physical location that he got at that giant mall is still around, but like he has nothing to do with it. Like he sold it to somebody who's operating it now under, that name, but it's totally dissociated from him and he'll probably never talk about it again. It's like, doesn't matter how big you are or how big your following is. If you can't get a product that resonates well and is easy to buy, then you're still destined to fail.
Yeah. I mean, I think the food thing, influencer food things are like kind of weird. I think having a meal somewhere makes sense. But like David Dobrik opened, it was a pizza place. Was it just called Dobrik?
I think it's called Dobrik's. I saw they actually have Dobrik, whatever the puffy chip thing is in Safeway down the road.
Oh,
and
really?
It's sat in the promotional pallet. Like I've never it's been there for probably 2 or 3 weeks and I have not seen a single one go off of that shelf. Like it hasn't sold anything, which is interesting because I didn't even know what it was.
Yeah. Like,
did I just do the Prime thing where I just crushed your
No. I'm not a friend. I'm not a fan of David Dobrik anymore. I used to be, but I'm not over the recent years. But what's interesting is when I was thinking about that in my head, I was like, he would probably do better if you talking about the waivers? Is that what it's called?
I don't know what they are. Maybe something like that. I don't even know what it was. I looked at it and I was like, Dobrik's, what the heck is that?
My theory.
That's an interesting flavor. spicy pickle chips or something.
Yeah. So my theory is that both of those, the pizza place and those chips, would do better if they weren't in like a promotional thing. If they were just like if David had just opened a pizza place called Dobrik's, and it's just the new pizza place here, like obviously like promote it, but like don't do it as like him. I mean, especially after like his brand was kind of like severely hurt.
I know nothing about him. I don't think I've ever seen anything about him.
I won't go into all this, but I think like, you know, it might have been better if it was just like a sneaky little thing. Like I just opened my own pizza restaurant because I'm like passionate about pizza and open this restaurant.
Yeah.
And people are going to go check it out because it's a new place. Same with like the chips and stuff. Like just put them mixed in with the stuff at the wherever and people will see it. Like I know that's not good marketing practices, but I think like when it comes to like you have to think about your brand and who you are, like what does he know about restauranteering? Maybe he knows a lot, and that's something that he should speak on. But I think that you get weary about. I mean, you were a prime example of we were going to get the Beast Burger, but it's a ghost kitchen. You know, who's managing it? Who's over quality assurance there? And then you were like, I'll just go to Five Guys. But if there was a Beast Burger at Five Guys, you and your kids would be there every Friday for your Friday Five Guys. You know. Same with like, you know, David, maybe it's just like a dough brick pizza at Domino's or something is the way to go instead of an actual product.
The weirdest part was on the promotional package. It's like one of the, like, you just pull it out and stick it down. It's like made of cardboard. It's got a lot of graphics on it. It's like just his, like it's all him. Like his face is on it. I think his face is on the bag. His face is on the box. And I was like, I don't even know who that guy is.
Yeah.
Like clearly it's a guy who made this thing, but like I've never heard of it. So like I imagine
I didn't even know
same
about the
response
tips until you told me.
Yeah. It's so like it's interesting.
The same thing happened.
Product selling is weird.
Was it Pokimane who made the cookies? Yeah. So Pokimane, who is she's a streamer, launched her own cookies, and they're called Mina, and they're like little chocolate chip cookies. They're not chocolate. They're like chocolate cookies with something. I can't remember what they got in them. But they found out that the person who produced them also made the cookies for these same cookies at Costco you could buy. They're exactly the same. Nothing is special. She just sort of like called this white label. Nothing wrong with that. But they're like $30 for like 4 packs of cookies versus that have like 10 each one. Versus you could buy, let's see, a 12 pack is how many? I don't know how many it is, but it was like an 8 pack was like $30, and then the cookies from Costco were like $1 a bag. You know, like
Oh man, that's annoying. I just went to the website. They gated the website basically. I could see it for like 2 seconds, and then the whole screen got covered up and it required me to put my email address in. That's crazy.
For Mina Snacks?
Yeah. MYNA.
Yeah, snacks.
Yeah, Mina Snacks.
Oh, that's weird. I'm looking at it now. Maybe it's just in Arizona. They don't want you to look at it.
Maybe. I don't know. I can see the website for a bit, and I scroll a little bit, and then like the whole thing is covered up and requires me to put my email address in. Anyways, that's an interesting thing. I'll never do that.
Yeah, they're called Midnight Mini Cookies. At Costco.
They look delicious,
and they're exactly
from what I could see for 2 seconds.
Yeah, but yeah, I think it's just one of those things. And like Pokimane also made it seem like she created a new product on herself and put all this R&D into making these cookies. Yeah. And really, she just went around and got somebody to make them. And like I'm sure Ryan Trahan did the same thing. But also his are in the appropriate price range for a pack of gummies that are sugar for
that are like less sugar, more natural. Like totally.
So I think
Mr. Beast though is interesting because he just relatively recently released the peanut butter cups, which I bought once. And they're the best peanut butter cups I've ever had.
Better than Trader Joe's?
I haven't had Trader Joe's, so I can't
Okay,
compare.
well.
But I will say, like my peanut butter cup repertoire of tastes is like
Yeah.
Reese's. So like, and the other I say that to say I have not heard anybody else talk about
Mm.
them like online at all. Nobody else has said. Nobody I've come in contact with was like, I like Reese's peanut butter cups, but I tried
Yeah.
Mr. Beast's peanut butter cups, and they're way
I'll
better.
do it for you.
Like
I'll go get some
buy
and get some Trader Joe, because I mean Trader Joe's cups are the best. Like there's just no defeating. They're better than Reese. They're better than Reese's cups. Almost said Reese's.
Reese's cups. I say that to say there also is a certain amount of like person to person, like word of mouth that needs to happen for something like that. No matter how much Mr. Beast goes like, these are the best Reese's peanut butter cups he wouldn't say Reese's peanut butter cups. These are the best peanut butter cups you'll ever have. But I've never heard anybody besides myself say like, I had them and they're
maybe
the
you
best.
should make a video about it. I mean, I think there's a lot of like truth to that and what you just said. At least now, I think in the past maybe you could get away with it, but now people like the internet and people are they're more suspicious, and so they're like, you know, Mr. Beast might say these are the best bars, the best chocolate bars of all time, and you'll eat one and be like, yeah, it is because he said that. But now I think people are more like suspicious, and they're like, but is it? You know, is it the best? I don't know. I mean, I hate Hershey's bars. I hate Hershey's chocolate. Just for anybody who wants to know, I'm a Mars chocolate guy. I don't like Hershey's.
Man.
You know,
having a mom that was from Pennsylvania, like that hurts me.
Do you like Hershey's chocolate?
I don't
care
for I don't care.
Well, this has been a great conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Phil, for joining me. I asked you at it was like 6:30 my time, but it was like 5:30 your time to be on this episode today. And this was a great conversation. So I thank you for coming on here completely unprepared and being willing to do that. I was going to actually save you for episode 21, and I was going to do like a recap, but this is all right. Well, maybe I'll do like a mega.
We could do a more official recap.
Do a mega-sode
or something.
I can have like multiple guests at one time.
Ooh,
and it'd be a great ear experience of like 4 people talking over each other and their marketing opinions.
You need something that creates like a friendly controversy. Yeah. Like we need a panel of people who are like for against. That'd be amazing.
I'll just make everybody hold up a stick. Like you can only, you've got to like wait your turn to talk. Well,
like a green light.
Well, thank you, Phil. I'll actually see you in like an hour for our weekly Friday meetings anyway. But thank you so much to everybody else who's listening. Hope you have a great Friday and a great rest of your week. It'll actually be Thursday when people hear this. So, Fetty, when you edit this, everybody have a great Thursday, and we'll talk at you next week.